Well, good morning. So, I want to ask everyone a question. And I think that if I directly asked 10 people, I would get the same response from 10 people. Have you ever been in a situation, have you ever had a time in your life when you've wondered what your self worth is, what your true value is? It's like, am I really worth what I present to the world, or am I just blowing smoke? Am I just full of it, if you will? Um, it's that self doubt. It's like this whole last week, I've been going through this. Well, maybe not an entire last week, but a good part of it. And I woke up at 2 o'clock this morning thinking, oh my God, I need to get over this. I need to figure this out because it's just not working. Um, I'm on a journey like the rest of us. We have we each have a purpose, and that purpose is to grow. It's to expand. It's to learn. It's to become better at what we're doing, and better at being able to support and help people. And so along the way, there are lessons that we need to learn so that we get good at what we're trying to do, what we're trying to accomplish. It doesn't matter what profession or what endeavor you engage in, you have to practice at it in order to get good at it. So, at any rate, I found myself last week doing a job for a client, and you know, it was getting near the end. I was just about done. And he called me and how's it going? And I said, well, we were ran into some difficulties, so we had to do some extra work. And he, oh well, I suppose that's going to cost me more money. And I said, yeah, extra work, more money. Well, how much is it? And I told him, actually, what popped into my mind was a number that if I had thought about it, I probably would have gone lower than that number. And that comes from my self value, my self worth, my idea of, you know, who the heck am I to charge these kind of astronomical amounts to do the job that I'm doing? And of course, I blurted out the number that popped into my mind, and he went, "What?" As I expected him to. Okay, so I created the response because I already knew in my mind how he was going to respond to that number. But that's BS because when I researched the job that I was doing and what other people were charging for it, the number that I blurted out was actually right in line, and for some, it was less than what they charged for that job. And so I had to take a really a big step back and go, okay, so Aaron, why are you feeling guilty about charging what everybody else is charging? Why are you feeling less superior, or inferior to these other people when you know that you do the job as well as or better than most other people? And I honestly know that for a fact, that the job that I do generally is better than what other people will do because I take the time to do the little things that make the job sparkle, that just give that extra little twist, that little touch that most contractors or, people in their job won't do. because they don't think it's necessary. My philosophy in business has always been to give more than is expected. And I look for ways of doing that. And it could be just, the little extra cleanup, or, making sure that if I'm going into a pristine house, I take my shoes off. Because, so I'm a Canadian, and we do that. We take our shoes off when we go into houses because we don't want to attract dirt and whatever. It's those little things, I believe, that set me apart, that set me above. And when I charge less than other people doing the same job, what does that say about me? And what does that say about my idea of the client and what they can afford and what they can expect? I'm disrespecting them as well as disrespecting myself. If I truly understand, if I truly believe in my capabilities and the job that I do, why wouldn't I believe that the person hiring me wants the best? And because they want the best, they're willing to pay for the best. And if they pay less than they would pay somebody who charges more, in their mind, are they getting an inferior job? Could they maybe have gotten a better job if they had paid more? Well, it's not the case, but what's going on in their mind? When I hand them a bill and they go, wow, I was expecting to pay more than this. And that happens to me a lot. Because I disrespect myself. I disrespect who I am as a child of God, as a creation of the universe who is expanding and growing and becoming better and doing the best that I can with what I have and what I've been given and what I'm taught. And I have to start living up to the gifts that the universe has given me. And I have to start respecting what I have been given and honoring that gift, those gifts, the things that I am able to do. And many of my clients, oh, wow, you can do everything, can't you? Yeah. I pride myself in, and there are times, yes, there are times when I come up against a problem that I've never encountered before, and so I have to go and do some research to overcome it. But I will do that research, I will do the work, and I will make sure that the job gets done properly. And if not, I'll do it again. I have no problem with redoing my work. So, I need to ask you, have you been in that situation, and what did you do about it? Here's what I had to do about it. I had to come to the understanding that, hey, I have not ever been put into a situation that I was incapable of getting through. The universe has never given me and has never given you anything that you can't handle. Now, that doesn't mean to say that you'll be successful all the time, because, the first time that you did any sports activity, or the first time that you were challenged, in a spelling bee or a math contest or something, you may not have come up with the right answer. You may not have done the thing that you were given to do properly the first time out, or the second time out, or the third time out. You had to learn, but you were never given a situation that you could not learn something from. And if your attitude was not defeatist, but if you lived in that position of gratitude, gratitude brings us to connection to the universal force, the universal spirit, the power that lives within us. And you can be grateful for things like, government gave us all $1,200 check. You can be grateful for that. You can be grateful in a situation that's learning experience. That's two different types of gratitude. It's easy to be grateful for something that's given to you, something that's unexpected. It's more difficult, but much more valuable to you to be grateful when you're in a situation that's difficult, because you have the opportunity to learn and to grow. So when you find yourself in a situation where you're having a learning experience and things are not going exactly the way you had anticipated they go, or you're in a situation where you need to assess your value, just know that you are much more valuable than you believe you are. Honestly, in gratitude, you are connected to the universal energy that creates everything. And from that position, you are creating the abundance that is coming to you in your life. You have the choice when you're presented with a situation that's a learning experience, or when you're presented with self-evaluation, you have the choice to deny the learning experience, deny respecting yourself. You'll get that lesson pushed at you again and again and again until you finally understand that, hey, yeah, I'm a child of God. I was created by the universe to grow, to expand. I've been given all sorts of wonderful talents, and I embrace those talents. I use those talents, and I want to project prosperity and abundance into the world around me. The way I do that is by respecting myself. When I come to understand how valuable, how wonderful I am, how talented I am, then I begin to learn how valuable I am. And from that, people see that energy. And they want to be around that energy. And because I feel that about myself, I now feel that about the people who are in my life, because I understand, yeah, they're having struggles. Yeah, no one's perfect, but they have that same spark in them that I have in me, that same energy, that same value of being a child of the universe, a creation of God, a creation of the spirit of life. And when I see it in me, then I can see it in them. And I begin to lift them up as well. It's incumbent upon me to understand just how valuable I am, just how magnificent I am. I've been created this fantastic, wonderful work of art. And I'm being molded. I'm a piece of clay that's being molded continuously. And as I evolve and as I begin to blossom, I begin to understand and I begin to see that around me is life unfolding and expanding and blossoming. And I can bring that out in the people who are around me. That's what it's all about. So next time you're wondering, oh man, am I really that valuable? Next time you are, in front of your boss and do I get a raise this year? I don't know if I deserve a raise. You damn well know you. If you go every day and do at least one thing to the absolute best of your ability and then put in something little extra that no one else would have done, to put the icing on the cake, to put the cherry on top, then yeah, you are worth it and more. You should do everything that you do to the best of your ability, and that's all that can be asked. And then think to yourself, is there something that I can do to add to this? Just a little gift that I can give that puts that cherry on top. But first of all, respect yourself. Understand that, okay, mistakes are made. We're human. As nice as it would be to have everything perfect all the time, it's not possible. It's never going, well, never say never. Doesn't happen to me very often though, okay? As long as you are doing the best that you can, give yourself some respect. That way you can respect the people around you. They will see that. And they will begin to understand who they are, because you're still their friend. You're still acknowledging them. You're acknowledging the magnificence in them. Okay? I'm going to leave you with that. And I hope that each of you have a blessed week. And I will talk to you next Monday at 6:45. And Lord knows what the Lord will give me to transmit to you. But as I grow, you grow. We all grow together. We all increase together. And what I want for me, I definitely want for you. Okay, so have a great week. Talk to you next Monday.